So you bought an e-bike during the summertime and you're planning on storing it for the winter. Here are some do's and don'ts. First of all, the bike, you can store it practically anywhere. We do recommend spraying it with corrosive defense, just because it'll make sure that parts don't rust during the winter. If you're planning on even storing it in an indoor garage, just by pulling in with the car, in and out, it might leave some particles that will get onto, for example, the drivetrain or the chain, the brakes, and that might just make it deteriorate over time. So this product here, you just spray it on. It basically throws a layer on the bike and make sure that it drives out all moisture and makes parts last longer. There's also, we recommend also lubing the chain and giving it a good wash for sure. That's just basically making the bike last longer and keeping your bike components working good for the next season. About the batteries, there's a little bit more that you have to think about. First of all, you'll want to bring in the battery inside if you're going to be storing the bike outside. We recommend charging the battery to 100% and then removing the charge and storing it. Naturally, the batteries will discharge themselves over time. So, we say after about 4 months, you'll want to plug the battery back in, make sure it charges back to 100%, and then take it out to charge. You don't want to leave the battery fully charging all the time. That just creates a little bit of stress on the cells, and that you'll lose just overall life out of it. You're trying to just conserve as much as possible on the battery and just to relieve stress from the cells, just because we all know that the e-bike's batteries are basically what makes the cost of the e-bike. They're the most expensive part of the e-bike, so you're just trying to save it as much as possible. Other than that, you can get lithium-proof bags on the internet. If you're going to be storing it in a condo or in a place that has a lot of valuables, putting it in a bag just make sure that if something happens to the battery, it's just going to stay in the bag and not go towards other stuff. Once the season starts, you want then to plug the battery, make sure it's 100% charged, and then go out for the ride. Now, if you do experience not abnormal discharge rates, so you're not getting the usual 80 clicks that you used to, then there could have been something that happened in the cells. You'll want to bring it probably to your local e-bike shop, and they'll be able to test your battery out. If you're in the Edmonton area, you can come down to Ebike Edmonton. We'll be happy to test out the battery out for you. And basically that tells us how much life left there is inside of it. It tests out individual cells. And because how the batteries are built, in some batteries, if there's a cell that doesn't work anymore here, it could affect the rest of the series. So that's kind of a way to test it out. We'll be able to tell you how much basic amp there's left in the battery. So the overall goal is to relieve stress as much as possible in the cell. If you are planning on storing it in the basement, we do recommend putting something in between the concrete floor and the battery, just so that the battery doesn't touch any cold stuff. So if there was any cool product that you saw in this video that you'd be interested in getting, you can always get them at our website at ebikeedmonton.com or at the store. If you like the video, you can always give us a like and a subscribe to keep up to date with the next videos that we're coming up with. And if you have any cool product that you would like us to test out, you can always write them in the comments down below, and we'll see you in the next video.